Peace and blessings. Your brother, your friend, your dietitian, back again for another installment. Today, I want to talk to you about why knowing how to cook is magnetic, why it's spiritual, why it's sexy, why it's attractive. Um, Nowadays, we have a situation where you got grown men, grown women don't know how to cook. It's like it doesn't make any sense. What's so important about knowing how to cook? Why is that beautiful? Why is that attractive? Why is that sexy? Again, it's something that's essential because it starts off with self-care. If you're responsible enough, if you're creative enough, if you are aware enough to know how to cook, that means that's attractive because you're taking care of yourself. You know how to prepare. You know how to prepare foods to nourish your body. So if you can take care of yourself, that means that you care about yourself. That's a signal that you love yourself. That's a signal that you're self-sufficient and you're self-reliant. So all these attributes, all these values are attractive. They're sexy. They're universally sexy. They're universally attractive. So when you're dealing with somebody who knows how to cook, it's like, yo, like that's dope. Like she can take care of herself. She knows how to prepare a meal to nourish her body. Now she could prepare a meal to nourish my body. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not archaic in the sense that I believe only women should know how to cook. I think that universally people should know how to cook because they should exercise self care. Exercising self care is taking care of the self, taking care of the physical form, taking care of the body. So when a man knows how to cook, what is he supposed to do? He's supposed to cook, take care of himself. A lot of these youth, a lot of these young men don't know how to cook, and a lot of these young women walk around not knowing how to cook. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. Um, so on top of that, more than just self care, you got to know how to cook healthy because you know how to cook healthy. That means your body's in balance. That means you can cook and provide for your children as a man. So you cooking, you know how to cook, and you cooking for your children. You cooking for your wife and your children, your seed. So say you working, y'all both working, because nowadays the woman doesn't always stay at home. The woman may have to go out and work and tend to the household's duties and nurture the family. But what we want to see is a man who can say, baby, it's all good. Love, mi amor, todo está bien. Voy a cocinar. It's all good. I'm going to cook. The man doesn't always have to cook. The woman doesn't always have to cook. But when somebody can cook and provide nourishment for the family that's healthy, that's attractive. That's sexy. It's magnetic. So preparing meals also carries culture. So if you know how to prepare meals, I mean, food carries culture. Food has been traveling along with cultures for millennia since the beginning of time. So if you know how to cook your cultural foods, that's you carrying culture. Anytime you carrying culture, that's attractive. That's magnetic. That's sexy. So as a man, you gotta learn how to cook. How do you know how to cook? How do you know how to cook? How do you learn how to cook? You can teach yourself. You can be self-taught. You can innovate. Or what you could do is study with your girl, study with your queen, study with your woman. So when she cooks, you sit by her side and you learn. You ask her to put you on. You ask her to give you the secrets. You see what I'm saying? The kitchen secrets. She has blessed hands. Then you try and get your hands blessed up and learn how to cook. Another thing you can do, you can you can study, like I said, self-study. You can study cookbooks. You can study in your grandma's kitchen. You can study in your mom's kitchen. You can study in your auntie's or your sister's kitchen. Or if you got an uncle or brother or somebody that can cook, your father can throw down. You got to get in with him and start practicing, learning the trade. Because anything that's been done by man can be done again. Anything that's been done before, you can emulate that. You can recreate that, and then you can add your own creativity on it. Another reason why knowing how to cook is sexy, is attractive, is magnetic, and specifically how to cook healthy is sexy, attractive, and magnetic is because it's a way to express love because you put your energy into the food when you're cooking. So if you got positive thoughts, you got positive energy going into the food, that's going to transmit to how carefully you prepare it, how creative you are in designing the food, how energetic the food will be when the spouse or the other person consumes it, when your children consume it. You see what I'm saying? So it's a spiritual thing too. It's a creative thing because you can be creative and put your own spice on it. Because think about it, when you cook a certain food, that food has the distinct taste that nobody in the world can mimic because you just created it. It's like a work of art. So two people can create the same dish, but that dish is unique, uniquely created by D Don, or uniquely created by John Smith, or uniquely created by uh, Akbar, or Johnny, or whatever your name is, or the sister. So it's a beautiful creative thing when somebody creates something for you specific and unique, and you can consume that, and it makes you feel better, makes you healthier. Lastly, I just want to say, I said the culture, food, family, it's attractive and sexy because it shows a level of maturity with the self care, but also nutrition determines a lot of nutrition, a lot of excuse me, health is determined largely by nutrition, and traditions are passed down through food and meals and culture. So if you know how to cook and you teaching your seeds how to cook, you are setting up a situation where you're creating a cycle for your children to consume healthy foods. So you creating a legacy just by you existing and knowing how to cook healthy. You coming with a legacy. That's what the spouse sees. The spouse sees that as like, yo, he can teach the seeds how to cook. This is a transition we going. This is a tradition we gonna set up that's gonna pass down through the seeds. So the traditions and the culture and the teaching that happens in the household. That happens largely in the family unit. So when a man can come and say, "Yo, I can teach. I can cook, and I can bring this to the table, and it's healthy," the son's gonna learn now. The daughter's gonna learn from that, right? And when a woman is pregnant and she's bearing seed and she's in the gestation period, she's creating life. She's bringing a soul down to the planet, and that takes nourishing. So if you provide healthy food for that period, that's sexy. That's attractive. So step your game up. If you don't know how to cook, get in the kitchen. Learn how to cook healthy foods, not just learn how to cook any foods that just taste good. Now look, if the food don't taste good, you don't even need to be making it unless you're making some bitters and some herbs and stuff. You're trying to heal up the body, but make you some healthy, nutritious food and delicious food. Now it has to be delicious. I'm not just in here cooking and the food just is just bland and it's just healthy. We're talking about delicious, nutritious food that's gonna raise your vibration and how that's magnetic, healthy, and it's sexy and attractive. All right. Peace and blessings. Again, back for another installment. Your brother, your friend, your dietitian. Like if you like it, share if you like it, so we can get the energy out there. Subscribe if you like it. If you don't like it, it's all good. Peace and love.